there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, today we're talking Stephen A. Smith, you guys, because he is in the news for all of the wrong reasons, and he is still doing an apology tour now that his black contemporaries and black celebrity friends have called him out, right? In which he still is doubling down and saying that his words were, quote, misconstrued. But no. We're going to talk about it. So Stephen A. Smith, so we're in election year, you guys, unless you guys have been living under a rock. And now is the time, early in the year, you guys, to set up the black people that they want to utilize to push certain agendas and say the things that they do not want to say, to basically give credence, give validity to the lies that 45 Donald Trump is getting all this support from black voters, and the tide is going to turn, and Joe Biden's in trouble, you guys. All this fear-mongering that's taking place, right? And some of these polls are being manipulated into, making you believe fake news, which is what made this president famous in the first place, was spreading fake news, and when enough people see it and hear it, they believe it. So, nonetheless, on Stephen A.'s appearance, one of many appearances that he was on several shows last week, called into question because of a comment that he made in particular. He made several inappropriate and inflammatory comments, but the comment that got him pissed off and canceled once again from the black community is the comment that black people relate to Trump because of Trump's current criminal cases that are taking place. Basically implying that if you are black and you are thinking about voting for Trump, or that if you've ever liked Trump, it is because he has, issues with the legal system. He has issues with the law. He's been arrested. And, and the stereotype is all these black people are arrested, right? All these black people get into legal trouble, right? All these black people are problematic and don't know how to handle themselves and follow the law. I mean, come on. How do you misconstrue that, Stephen A? And here's the thing. People who like Trump, and this is pre-President Trump, right? The people who like Trump back in the late 80s, 90s, and so forth in the 2000s, originally was because that was when pop culture was introducing him to the people, as this rich heir, and, promoting, the Trump Tower, the Trump, all of these locations and all of these extravagant resorts and all these things, his golf course, they were hyping it up. And what was happening, he was in Bobby Brown's On Our Own video from the Ghostbuster soundtrack. I believe it was him walking out of Trump Tower, if my memory serves me correct. He was being referenced in a lot of songs, in particular by rappers, because they were talking about the type of money Trump had, right? Remember Nelly, let me in now, let me in now. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. So none of the shout outs from the black community as it pertained to Trump never had anything to do with anything legal. It had to do with what was perceived to be him being rich, him having money, right? Him having a lot of dough. That was why he was being referenced, right? Nothing to do with any of his legal stuff. But the problem is, there's a history of problematic things that Trump has said and done that shows that he's not really here for the black community. And the other reason Trump was popular pre-presidency, pre-candidacy, was because of the show Apprentice and Celebrity Apprentice, in which he was acting a fool. So nonetheless, that was his popularity, right? That's what, was popular amongst, several black people. And then, of course, famously, Nene Leakes from Real Housewives of Atlanta said in the earlier seasons, because she was on The Apprentice too, remember? And she said to Sheree that she's going to cash those Trump checks, right? And that she's getting she's getting checks from Donald Trump, honey. So again, all of the examples of any black person that was hyping up Trump, you know, in the past or what have you, prior to the Trump that we know now, the Trump that we see now, all had to do is the perceived perception of the wealth that he had. And that was why he was constantly being referenced in songs, appearing in music videos, being referenced in pop culture, and all of these things. It had nothing to do with any legal issues or issues of discrimination and racism, allegedly, that Trump has had over the past few decades as it pertains to black people, right? But nonetheless, Stephen A. made a faux pas of massive proportions and had been doing all these apology tours and even doing it on his podcast a couple of times. But the first apology really wasn't an apology because he really just kind of doubled down on it and basically said, like, people, you know, were taking things out of context and they didn't understand what he was trying to interpret. There's nothing to interpret when you say that black people relate to Trump and his legal issues, other than what you literally just said verbatim of black people relating to Trump and his legal issues, and that's why they like him. Like there's no way to twist that. There's no way to undo that or put it up in a little bow and make it sound like something it's not. No. You know exactly what you said, and you fell for the bait. You took the bait, Stephen A., because here's the thing. They're paying certain black celebrities that previously were big on the campaign train before for Obama and Hillary Clinton. Now, all of a sudden, there's this switch up. It started with The Rock. Earlier this year saying that he regretted voting for Joe Biden last election, right? And so what's happening now is they're using prominent black celebrities or people who are popular with, you know, people in the black community, people of color, and all these things. They're using them to be on Fox News and these other programs to say something inflammatory that is going to make it seem like black people are supporting Trump, that there's this surge of black people who are so mad at Joe Biden that they want Trump to be president again, and that they're going to vote for him come November. And all these things, and you know, and people are falling for it, right? But here's my question: how much is your soul worth, right? Because even Hannity called out Stephen A. being afraid to say that they were friends on camera, and Stephen A. had this uncomfortable laugh and was like, "Oh no, I don't have the problem saying that." And I was like, "Yeah, he got you." Clearly, that's something that he has said to you behind closed doors and wanted to air it out, right? And again, you got played again, right? But it's just sad, you know, because we always have to do this. Stephen A. always continues to say and do something problematic, whether it's in relation to sports, whether it's in relation to going harder on the black players versus the white counterparts that do the same thing, whether it is, you know, the blatant favoritism and all these things, holding up in some regards certain misogynistic comments of saying that certain athletes' wives need to shut up and just be quiet and let their husbands do the work. Like it's been a lot that Stephen A. has said and done that has pissed off the people. And, you know, the fact that he has done more than one apology in itself tells you that he still doesn't get it, number one, or he thought the BS of the previous two apologies was going to be enough to get people off of his neck. But here's the thing. Once you put yourself in bed of even alluding to anything, trying to correlate some connection between Trump and the black community in 2024, you're going to get dragged. You're going to get canceled. And you're going to tell the people and show the people where you stand, right? So nonetheless, that's where we are. I wanted to do a video on it because I couldn't believe he had the audacity to even compare Trump's legal issues to any legal issues that black people have endured since the beginning of time, right? With the discrimination, the racism, the unfair sentencing compared to white counterparts for the same crimes. Like, do we need to go down the list of how problematic the statement was, and then to imply that stereotype that if you were somebody that, you know, happened to have issues with legal, you know, troubles or what have you, and you are black, that now you relate to Trump, now you understand his struggle. No, because Trump is still getting all kinds of privilege and breaks despite all of these cases that he has going on. There is still a lot of respect that he is getting in these court systems. A lot of delays have been approved. They even decreased that judgment of, you know, over $400 million that he had to pay out, and then was able to grant at least, what was it, $175 million or something, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been giving all kinds of grace in these cases, you guys. And all types of foolery have been taking place in these cases. So that would never fly, though, in the black community. You would be locked up, and the key would be locked away, you know, to never, ever, ever land the moment you are arrested. So please spare me and miss me with that foolishness. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.